We are gonna be reacting to one of the last videos that I'm be reacting to this content creator for now. And this is how Wuthering Waves ruin Hoyoverse. So I've seen where this guy's content is literally is going. It's gonna be a bunch of Wuthering Waves content literally just talking about Hoyoverse. So another one of those. I'm curious though to see first, like what was his content like on Zenless Zone Zero. I greatly appreciate it. Let's look at this as a bonus video for now.
In a space where we have an absolute abundance of gacha games being thrown at us left and right, feeling like every other week there's a new gacha game ready to be the new top dog, I've never had a gacha experience quite like what I've had with Zenless Zone Zero. Now, I would be lying to you all if I said it was all flowers and rainbows in the beginning, but just when I thought I outgrew gacha games, that maybe they're just not for me anymore, boom, I get recommended a random ZZZ cutscene that reeled me back into the game, and I've been loving it ever since. In this video, I'ma yap your ear off about why I appreciate Zenless Zone Zero and how it's the perfect gacha game that I've been looking for. But before that, I just wanted to say thank you to
perfect camera angle. The cameraman does amazing work in Zenless Zone Zero, absolutely.
all of you that have been supporting my videos. It really does mean a lot to see your constant support. And if you're new here and enjoy ZZZ discussion-based videos, hit that sub button and turn the notification bell on.
Yeah, make sure you do that for my channel. I'm gonna go full screen for a bit. I want to look at this a little bit.
If we could set up a 3 sub goal for this video, it would greatly be appreciated. All right, that's enough yap.
Is it 3 sub?
Let's jump into this video. I think the one thing I noticed about ZZZ is they have some of the best character building. Now, I'm not sure if that's the best way.
What? Zenless Zone Zero has the best character building? I thought you said that Zenless Zone Zero had the worst character building. It's funny.
Way of describing it, but the way the game is able to draw you into.
Oh, that scene was so good when she was fighting Miyabi. Oh my god. It was so good. And Miyabi had to be not fighting at 100% so she know that Yanagi can kill her. This was a very fun story.
These characters that you come across in the story and help you build connections with them, and just in general the way they go about it is actually some of the best in the gacha space. In the beginning of the game, I really disliked Lycion. Bro, I'm gonna be real.
Lycon. It's not Lycion. It's Lycon, bro.
I don't even know how to say his name, but I'm gonna just call him Lycion. And Ellen, I really disliked them both. And
how could he dislike Yellow? Ellen is literally Shark Girl Kun. What are you talking about, man?
I thought that they were actually really meh, and I didn't want any of them on my account, and I hoped that I could just ignore them. But after their faction quest in the story, my opinion did a total 180. They make their characters so likable that you have no choice but to roll on them. And I think a strong portion of that comes from the added cutscenes they implement into the story. When I tell you, I love how much.
What did this series is amazing. This is literally what I tell you from the start of this series when I was covering this guy, that they equate good storytelling to the amount of cutscenes there is. And because there's a lot of cutscenes in Zenless Zone Zero 2, they're going to say that the story is amazing because there's a lot of cutscenes, which just plays into the fact that there's not a lot of people out there that have high intelligence. So any storytelling that's a bunch of cutscenes in front of them, they're gonna say it's not good.
Much they show off animated cutscenes in this game, I truly mean it. That's the one thing I disliked about other gacha games. Their story quests, maybe, just maybe, will give you 1 or 2 cutscenes every
Oh, that cut looks so good. This was sliced right through it, man. Jesus.
Get your patch, but nah, ZZZ gives you a crap ton of cutscenes, and I'm all for it. It really does a good job at bringing the story to life. While we're on the subject of story mode, one thing that
Yanagi boobs are so big, man. And I'm gonna stop watching this because I'm just gonna be looking at Yanagi boobs all the time. But that was just a sneak peek into his content before he started the Kuro Glaze arc. I think he did a good job. I have honest thoughts on this guy. I don't care. Do what you got to do. I've literally said this many times. If I wanted to make a lot of money on YouTube, all I just need to do is just start glazing the fuck out of Wuthering Waves. And when I glaze the fuck out of Wuthering Waves, I know that I'll have these desperate motherfuckers come into my chat and be glazing the fuck out of. Wait, okay, not him. Developers who never give up on their game that had a terrible launch will always have my respect, especially when the game is constantly improving. These glazers. I'm glad newer gacha game approaching approach appro- I'm glad newer gacha games approaching to Wither Wuwa as new standard instead of Genshin. Okay, that was hard to figure it out. Bro really switched sides. Yes. this is the this is this is the oh my god, this is the heavenly principles this is the four shades god damn it. I can't speak. Bro, it's four. I can't speak. Okay. You're right. A lot of the upcoming gachas took a step back after WoW 2.0 drop and reconsider some design within their games. You can clearly see this is and oh my god, bro, what the fuck? That holy glaze. I'm actually skeptic about WoW and never had any good thing when it comes to open gacha. I play Genshin Impact and the game have everything unknown from Zelda Breath of the Wild. I played Tower Fantasy pretty much the same. This is gonna be long, isn't it? Fuck that shit.
Gacha gaming was in a very, very different place. Almost every new release felt like it was chasing the same formula. Flashy anime visuals, open world exploration, and systems clearly modeled after Hoyoverse's success. And to be quite honest, it's easy to see why. These games brought in revenue, drew in huge player bases, and proved that
This is wild to say, given that Winter Waves is literally Genshin Impact. This is wild to say.
following the Hoyoverse's formula was a surefire way to
Because Winter Waves followed Genshin Impact formula from head to toe. 1-to-1 copy.
succeed in the
Honestly.
gacha market. But after a while, players started to notice the patterns. The systems felt overly familiar, the same gameplay loops, the same weapon banners, the same character release cycles. Sure, the games were fun, but there was a sense of predictability. Like developers were hesitant to take risks and experiment beyond what has already been proven successful. Then it came
Why is that? That is because I don't know if I can pull it up. It's Honkai Star, the Honkai Impact. Wait a minute, let me see if I can. Back third bunny girl incident. This we'll cover this short video. Let's go over it. Oh, this is the video. Okay, let's not play that. I think you covered it good. Was this
Thank you,
in,
Fish, for the tag. So we got Honkai Impact third making a statement, which is surprising considering that Genshin Impact is what so many people have been fired up about lately. But Honkai Impact third here. Official statement. After feedback on the GLB third anniversary story and promo, we are removing the Bunny Girl video designs and dance moves because we were told that they're inappropriate and we apologize, essentially what it says. So they're removing that content. And sorry for the negative experience. Here's 500 crystals for people. Now, allegedly, the complaints about those girls came from the China servers, which is odd if so, because they're also changing the global servers. Here's some more alleged information about that. And while you take a look, let me just say,
all right? So the TLDR of the situation is, and thank you for the short piece of video. It was nice collab having with you, Hero. Hey, the TLDR is that when Honkai Impact Third tried to add some very sexual bunny girls costume in the game, there was a lot of outrage on it, and they one outrage fan tried to kill it that way. And I think from ever since then, they you can understand why they are scared to go outside of the box. You get what I mean?
Wuthering Waves in 2024. And while it didn't reinvent the genre completely, it showed that gacha could be more than
It didn't. It's copy my homework, but make it look different. That's what it is.
just a copy and paste of what worked before. It
It is.
Do systems that felt more fair, gameplay that felt fresh, and most importantly, a direction that proved the genre could evolve instead of staying stuck in one lane. Since Wuthering Waves arrived, the gacha space hasn't been the same.
They've done good and they've done some bad because, as I said, the ecosystem still fucking sucks because you it's I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's like a catch. The 5-star weapon banner is guaranteed, absolutely, but the 4-star weapons are trash. The echoes you can grind infinitely, but the tuners are expensive. So there's always this catch with this.
Suddenly, developers are taking more risks, experimenting with new systems like Azure Premilia with their unique pet system, innovative unique progression loops like
I can't wait to play Azure Familia. I cannot say it enough how much I can't wait to play Azure Familia because the Pokemon aspect of it is so good. And until then, I'm just gonna be playing some Pokemon Scarlet and going through that game until Azure Familia drops, and then I'm gonna be deleting one of the big games to play that I don't know which one yet, but we'll see.
Duet Knight Abyss, who's taking a major risk in modeling their grind system after Warframe, and gameplay ideas that feel and look genuinely fresh within Silver Palace that is very foreign to the gacha space. Compared to the predictable releases before, the genre is starting to feel alive again, showing that gacha games can be creative, bold, and more than just copies of what worked in the past. They can surprise players and push the boundaries of what the genre can be. But before we really dig into this video, if you've been enjoying the content I've been making lately, make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss out on any future videos. Now,
Hear that? Make sure you subscribe and turn the notification bell on. You heard it first here, guys.
let's really talk about what the gacha scene looked like before Wuthering Waves. At the time, the big names felt untouchable. Genshin Impact, Honkai Impact 3rd, Honkai Star Rail, basically anything with Hoyoverse backing it was dominating the scene. Their success created a wave of imitators, with new releases trying to capture the same spark. Open worlds, flashy combat, anime-inspired characters. On the surface, it looked impressive, but once you actually played, the similarities were hard to ignore. The core systems, the progression loops, even the gacha mechanics often felt like carbon copies of what had already been proven successful.
Wasn't that the same situation with but it's the same situation with Wuthering Waves. It's exactly the same. It hasn't changed. The only thing that no, it hasn't changed. It's the same. It's just that I'll be honest here. For Tectone in particular and some others, they have been open for a game that come out that is similar to Genshin Impact that can compete with Genshin Impact to make Genshin Impact change their ways. And this is a funny thing about this is that I think they genuinely like Hoiver's game. They want to play Genshin Impact more than they want to play Wuthering Waves, but because Genshin Impact is not implementing the changes they want, they don't like that. If Genshin Impact implemented the change that they want, they will quit Wuthering Waves for Genshin Impact. And that's just the honest truth about it.
It was as if everyone was following the same recipe, and while it
I didn't play Wuthering Waves to play Wuthering Waves. I play Wuthering Waves so that I can boost the numbers a little bit so Genshin Impact can start making some changes and seeing Wuthering Waves as an actual threat. But Wuthering Waves shot themselves in the foot with the bad launch and then how they have shown their true colors once the game is actually running somewhat decent and they think they have a monopoly on some of these players. The hidden song, I can't pronounce that word. It's after 4. Fuck that.
it did work, the sense of originality started to fade. We saw this play out over and over again. Games
The sunk cost fallacy. That's it. Like, but guys, it's literally just after 4. I should be sleeping right now.
that you may or may not have heard of, like Tower Fantasy, which, to be fair, it was a pretty big hit and easily could have rivaled Genshin. It had the hype, it had the looks, it had the appeal, but ultimately fell out due to the overall substance. And then there was Noah's Heart, Ether Gazer, and even Grand Saga. These all leaned heavily
I played Ether Gazer a little bit. The thing about all these games, Tower Fantasy, Ether Gazer, and stuff like that, they felt like mobile game. The thing that made Genshin Impact so good, it didn't feel like a mobile game. It's on mobile, absolutely, but it feel like a AAA game. It feel like a actual video game, true and true. Like you know those ads you see on YouTube where this Android game it looks like something else. something amazing, and when you open the game, it's just a shit Android game. I had that feeling with Genshin Impact, but Genshin Impact turned out to be actually what it said it is, and holy shit! And I remember the very first time I played Genshin Impact was on my PC, absolutely, because I just didn't have the space for it at the time because I didn't have a reason to get a gaming phone at the time. And I look at it and say, this game is fucking amazing for what it is. And then I got my gaming PC and my gaming phone followed after that. And you kind of get what I'm saying? So I like the anime vibes of it. It's I'm not getting into it too much, but like it's a nostalgia feeling, and I don't think any gacha game can really pull it up right now. But I just think Genshin Impact was at the right place at the right time. Absolutely agree with that.
On the Hoyoverse formula. Now, some of them added their own twists, but at the core, you could feel they were chasing the same magic that made Genshin, Honkai Impact 3rd, and Star Rail so massive. All their gameplays were very similar, and ultimately, that period from 2020 to 2024, besides Hoyoverse games, the genre felt pretty dull. Where was the innovation? Where was the risk taking? Most games were playing it safe, banking on the idea that as long as they looked and felt like a Hoyoverse game, people would stick around. And while some of those games did okay, many others burned bright for a few weeks or a few months, and then it completely died out. It was becoming harder and harder to stand out in the space that was so oversaturated with clones. So when Wuthering Waves launched, people weren't sure what to expect. Some thought it would just be another Genshin clone with a fresh coat of paint. Others wrote it off before even trying it. But the moment players actually got their hands on it, it was clear that Wuthering Waves wasn't just following the script, it was rewriting parts of it. The first thing that jumped out to people was its approach to monetization. An 80 pull pity instead of 90. Now, at face value, it doesn't seem like much, but over time it adds up quick. Then they have a guaranteed weapon system that felt way less punishing, and early on, plenty of ways for free-to-play players to earn rolls. Even to this day, the current 2.6 patch is giving around 110 pulls for free-to-play players. It's one of the most free-to-play friendly games we have in the market. Now, all of this sounds simple.
If you, oh my god, I'm not gonna get over it. I'm not gonna get it. We need to stop that shit where we're counting exploration polls and we're counting daily logins and we're counting like chess pools of chess and stuff like that. We're literally scrapping for everything to say that we're getting over 100 pools and stuff like that.
But those changes mattered. For free-to-play players, it meant progress felt achievable without spending a dime. For spenders, it meant that putting money in actually felt like you were getting something back instead of gambling endlessly with no.
I don't get this stupid shit that people make it playing a gacha game seem like an investment. It's not an investment. Like a gacha game is not an investment. It's a liability. You're just wasting money. No matter what you do, there's no such thing as a good spend in a gacha game. A good spend is something tangible, something you can actually feel and touch and interact with and can resell. You cannot resell these things. In fact, there are laws against it that the game, however, is talk about that you should not be reselling accounts.
Guarantee. And it didn't stop there. Wuthering Waves combat is fast, fluid, and combo heavy, offering something that stood apart from the slower, more methodical gameplay of other gacha titles. It's
And that's fine. Like, look at this. I play Minecraft. I'm not expecting to be playing Demon Slayer Chronicles type of fighting style in Minecraft. It's okay for games to play different. Like I don't understand why people have this narrative that everything should feel and play like Wuthering Waves. If everything feel and fucking play like Wuthering Waves, then everything get fucking boring. There are people that are bored of Wuthering Waves playstyle. What the fuck is wrong with variety? I don't understand what is wrong with variety. It's okay to have different type of fighting style, different type of combat mechanic in games. Not every game have to be Wuthering Waves. I don't. Oh my god, it's so brain dead.
characters kits felt unique, and there was more reason to experiment with different playstyles. It wasn't just about pulling characters, it was about actually enjoying them. That balance between fair systems and engaging gameplay is what set Wuthering Waves apart. It wasn't perfect, but it was different, and in a genre that had gotten so predictable, that difference was everything. And here's where things get interesting. Wuthering Waves didn't just shake up its own community, it forced the entire industry to take a step back and think. Players immediately started comparing it to other gachas. Why were they forcing a 90 pull pity when Wuthering Waves showed you could do 80? Why were weapon banners still such a painful money sink when guarantees were possible? And most importantly, why weren't more games actually respecting players' time? This kind of conversation hadn't been happening at this scale before. Sure, players always complained, but Wuwa proved that these systems could change without destroying a game's business model. Developers started to realize that
Then why doesn't Wuthering Waves do something about the ecosystem? Why doesn't Wuthering Waves start making the currency for getting the tuners in Wuthering Waves that bad? Why haven't Wuthering Waves given us substat selectors? Why? Because these are things that are not going to be wasting our time. So why haven't Wuthering Waves done these things? I've known people that complain about it. Ryuku Sensei is one of them that complain about it. Why haven't it been changed? Just saying.
generosity and profitability weren't opposites, and that trust could actually keep players around longer than stingy systems ever could. That ripple effect is already visible. New gacha titles coming out are now experimenting with lower pity counts, softer monetization models, and more unique games.
Lower pity count is a funny way to say no 50-50s.
Gameplay systems. Even existing games have had to start offering better value, more frequent freebies, or rework banners just to keep up with the rising standard. The bigger picture here is that Wuthering Waves helped prove the gacha space doesn't have to be a one-trick pony. For too long, the genre was stuck on copycats of Hoyoverse, but now developers are realizing that there's room to innovate. We're seeing games lean into different settings, different art styles, and different progression systems. More importantly, the conversation has shifted. It's not just about who can drain the most money from his players in the shortest amount of time. It's about who can build a sustainable long-term game that people actually want to stick with. That shift towards diversity and consumer friendliness isn't just good for the players, it's good for the entire industry. It means healthier competition, better games, and less burnout. So did Wuthering Waves single-handedly save the gacha industry? But it did prove something really important, that gacha can evolve, that these games can respect your time, offer fair monetization, and still be widely successful. If we take a step back, we can clearly see that Wuthering Waves is currently the best gacha game out right now, and it's not luck.
What?
It took all of these things to get the game to where it is today. It set a new standard. It showed both players and developers that the old model doesn't have to be only one way. And
I don't think Wuthering Waves is the best gacha game out there right now. I think it's the most overhyped gacha game out there right now. It's the annoying fan base that they produce. It's like the One Piece cultists. Like you'll have a lot of them just going all over the fucking place, just praising the fuck out of One Piece. Like it's the best anime ever. And it's like an old ass anime that, oh my god, you have to watch 1,000 episodes to get into. So I just think Wuthering Waves players are like that. Just a bunch of people that only play Wuthering Waves so they can go online and say, oh, Wuthering Waves better than Hoyo. They have no existence apart from that.
in doing that, Wuthering Waves didn't just succeed on its own terms, it helped shift the course of the entire genre. And honestly, if more games follow that lead, the future of gacha is going to look a whole lot brighter than its past. It'll definitely be a great sight to see when these upcoming games come out and continue to further evolve the space. Because let's be real here, sure, Hoyoverse was the first to give the gacha scene a major leap in evolution, but they also kept us stagnant for quite a while too. And let's keep it a buck here. If it was
That's because that's just the way of business and monopoly work. They had a monopoly in the market. Oh, and I'm not gonna explain. God damn it.
wasn't for Wuthering Waves giving it direct competition, who knows where the gacha scene would be today. All that I know is competition breeds innovation, and with studios like Curl Games stepping up,
Oh, he fucking gets it. That's wonderful. Because I was wondering how he finally fucking get it. Great.
it's finally forcing the big players to rethink their approach. Whether you're loyal to Hoyoverse or a fellow Curlbot, or maybe you're just here for the ride, one thing's clear, the gacha space is changing, so here's to more risks, better content, and finally breaking the cycle of playing it safe. The future's looking interesting, and honestly, it's about damn time. And the bar's just higher now. Players have seen what's actually possible when devs put in the effort. Whether it's gameplay depth, world building, or just respecting our time, that old bare minimum Hoyoverse approach, it doesn't really fly anymore. We're past that point of getting hyped over the same recycled systems with a fresh coat of paint. If devs want our attention, and more importantly our time and money, they gotta step it up a bit. Doesn't mean everything needs to be groundbreaking, but at the very least, it should feel like they can.
I don't think I need to watch any more of this. All right, I have no hate to this guy whatsoever. I'm pretty sure I've reacted. I've talked with him before. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I have. Like, he's doing absolutely good here. Like, absolutely capitalize on these insecure whatever his players, because they're just looking for anything to hold on to say that their games are better than whoever's games. So absolutely get that money. And you can make 10, 20, 30, 40 of these videos and you'll do very good, because there's a lot of desperate Wuthering Waves players out there that are really seeking some validation for this. But in terms of longevity, I don't think Wuthering Waves have too long, because Zero Premier is gonna be a direct competition to Genshin Impact. I think a lot of people is gonna go over to that, because it's gonna be a lot more accessible to a lot of players. NTE may be a little bit difficult to run, but from what I've seen mobile footage of it. They're getting things right there too. So the new competitions are as much of a threat, even more of a threat to Wither Waves, because of the smaller pool of players they have compared to Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact has a large pool of players. If they lose a few players, then that's fine. If Wither Waves lose a few players, they're fucking screwed. They need to fix that quickly. Anyways, that's it for the video. I am pretty much done with this content creator so far. I don't need to react to anything else. Everything, every one of his videos from now on is gonna be exactly what you've just seen in all of these videos. Just glazing of whatever is content. So it's not really necessarily important for me to cover it like that. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy. And since I'm done with this, if you guys want me to react to anything else, you can just tell me like something that you want me to react to or stuff like that, and I will check it out. But I'll see you guys next time.